Today we're diving into some simple secrets for small businesses, specifically in Crediton, to use blogging to really get noticed and find those local customers.
Right. And our guide for this is an article from the Easy Gold Marketing website, which is all about these, super local strategies.
So our mission today is pretty simple. We want to find the easiest ways, the biggest payoffs for you to start writing, even if you feel like you have no time at all.
Exactly. We're cutting through the noise.
Okay, so let's unpack this main idea. The power of just talking local. It sounds almost too basic, doesn't it? How does a small Crediton cafe compete online against the big chains?
Well, it's all about using your local advantage. Easy Gold puts it really clearly. When you consistently post about Crediton-specific things, you start showing up in searches that mention the town.
Ah, I see. So if someone searches for something like best coffee in Crediton.
Precisely. Or even florist for local wedding flowers Crediton. Your blog tells Google, hey, we're the real local expert here, and you can actually jump ahead of the bigger, more generic websites. It's powerful stuff.
Okay, so being specific is crucial. But what actually goes into a good post? You can't just write about anything.
No, you can't. The guide really stresses that it all comes down to building trust. You absolutely need a catchy headline, of course. That's what gets people to click.
That's the hook.
That's the hook. But the thing that builds real loyalty is storytelling. For example, a local charity sharing a story about someone they helped in town that connects on an emotional level.
I get that. That connection is so important. But let's talk about the practical side of things. A lot of business owners probably think setting up a blog is expensive and complicated.
And that's a huge myth. The barrier to entry now is almost zero. You don't need some fancy custom-built website.
So what do you use?
Simple platforms like WordPress or Blogger are perfect. The Easy Gold guide says the key is just getting a simple name for your site and picking a clean design that works on phones. It's all about low cost, big reach.
Right. So once you're set up, you're writing these great local stories. How do you keep people coming back for more? How do you build that loyalty?
It's all about making it interactive. You want to make your readers part of the story.
What do you mean by interactive?
Think fun things like polls and quizzes. A local gym could run a poll asking, what's your biggest fitness challenge? It gets people involved, it builds a little community.
And then you share it everywhere, I assume.
Oh, absolutely. You have to share every single post on places like Facebook and Instagram. That's how you find new readers in your area.
That sounds like a lot of work, though, that consistency. Does Easy Gold say how often you need to be posting to actually see results?
They're very clear on this. To keep your performance up and stay visible on Google, they recommend publishing at least weekly.
Weekly, okay.
Yeah, that consistency is what gets rewarded. And over time, that effort really starts to pay off in a big way.
So what is the big payoff? What's the long-term goal for all this work?
Well, your brand gets more recognized around town, for one. But the real prize is what they call organic traffic.
Which basically means people finding you for free. Right?
Yeah, exactly. People finding you through search engines because you're the best answer, not because you paid for an ad. And you can watch this happen, You can use free tools like Google Analytics to see how many people are visiting your site.
So the big takeaway for you listening is pretty clear. Local blogging really works, but you have to be focused on Crediton, you have to share it, and you have to do it at least once a week.
And that brings up a really interesting thought from the source. If local storytelling is what builds that emotional bond and drives loyalty, how could a business that's, not a cafe or a florist like an accountant, say, use a Crediton story to connect with people?
That is a great puzzle to think about. Thanks for diving deep with us today. You can find more advice just like this over on the Easy Gold Marketing website.